So I was looking at something on my cell phone, and now that I'm on my laptop, because I need the cell phone to film, I cannot find it. But it was one of the royal experts. She does a lot of work on, I guess, she's a commentator on American television, American channels. And so she's fairly reputable. She at least she tries to be taken seriously. I don't know how else to put that. What is this? They just like spliced that together, obviously. Okay, so today she was talking about, oh, how King Charles, is so very sad that he doesn't have a relationship with Lily and Archie, and etc., etc., etc. And then it just occurred to me like ping, 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 epiphany, epiphany. We haven't seen King Charles with Lily, not with Lily and Archie. Well, we haven't seen him with Lily and Archie, but that's like, Lily and Archie are in California. But we have not seen King Charles with Louis and Charlotte since Christmas, you guys. And yes, to me, that is highly unusual and completely bizarre. Because in the piece I was watching a few minutes ago, and I don't remember, was it Royal Sussex? That's why I came to Royal Sussex, but I don't think it was Royal Sussex. Um, the woman said, they showed a picture of King Charles with Louis on his lap, and she used that picture to create this, juxtaposition with Lily and Archie. Well, see, here he is with Louis, and this is how he is with his grandchildren, and he loves his grandchildren. Look at him with Louis. I mean, it's his pride and joy, and da 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 da. And then I realized, yeah, you're right. King Charles used to make a point of being photographed with William's children, especially Louis, who always seemed to have a penchant for bouncing on his grandfather's knees, the way a typical 5-year-old would do. And the king has made at this point several post cancer public facing appearances. I mean, since they came out with the report that he was preparing his funeral, I don't know if you remember how that came out. Let's say it came out on a Wednesday night that, he was busy preparing the funeral and things were pretty bad and bleak. And by the next day, he was out full throttle, him and Camilla doing all of these appearances as if the whole thing was a joke, as if the whole funeral thing, the cancer thing was all made up. Okay, but that said, he's been out everywhere. The Chelsea Flower Show, theatrical productions, services, garden party, this, that, and the next. And not one photo shoot with his 3 grandchildren from William, the ones that are in direct succession of the British throne: George, Louis, and Charlotte, but especially Louis and Charlotte, because King Charles to me has always seemed to have a soft spot for Louis, the last boy. And I know that a lot of people are saying that Louis and Charlotte are missing, even though today William was either in Portsmouth or Portsmouth or Normandy or wherever he was celebrating the 80th anniversary of D Day. And someone asked about the children, and he said that Charlotte had an exam that morning and that she was very nervous about it. So he implies that all is well, and Charlotte was at school today and she had an exam, which is fine. I don't think Charlotte and Louis are in any way deceased, like a lot of people are saying. No, but I find it very, very curious that they have not been photographed with their stricken grandpa, who I would imagine, because he's stricken with cancer, would want to. Where did that picture just go, for the love of God? What just happened? Oh, okay. Um, because he is stricken with cancer, I mean, I would imagine that he would be taking stock of his life, realizing that, you know, his time is excuse me, his time is numbered, and life is not going to be forever. And so he'd want to spend even more time than less time with his grandchildren. I mean, they're talking about him not having any contact with Lily and Archie. And look, that point is well taken, right? I have no comment there. That's a different video. What I'm not understanding is that he has not been seen with his grandchildren, who are in line of succession. They're the heir and the spare, for 5 6 months, as long as Kate has been acting weird. As long as Kate has been acting weird, Charlotte and Louis have been MIA. And no, I don't think that they are dead. But this guy, these people, they want to be seen, to be believed. They will do anything for a photo op. These are the photo op generation of people. It's like anything for a photo op, anything to make it look like all is well in paradise, anything to make them, get good press. Nothing would get him better press than having his grandchildren tugging at his knees, or him hugging his grandchildren. This is normal. It is completely not normal, in my opinion, that there have been absolutely not one photo op with the king and those two little children, for William and Kate. It's very, very curious. What do you think is going on with that? This kind of is really just weird. This whole thing is just really, really weird. In fact, the only grandchildren we saw Charles with recently was the son of Rose Hanbury, this woman in the photograph that whoever did this spliced her into the picture and spliced Kate out. So is Kate keeping the two last children from William? Is he less interested in them because they're not the heir? Because he has been spending time with George. But I mean, again, this is really not even so much William. It's Charles, the king, the stricken with cancer king, who has had no airtime with his grandchildren in nearly half a year. I mean, and he had, events like the garden party, that they could have been there giving Grandpa a much needed photo op. So, what do you think, you guys, is going on here? What is going on here? Something is bizarre. You guys, something is completely bizarre. Completely bizarre.